Hello everybody, Justin here. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. Before jumping into the charts, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We are exchanging and this way we grow together. Okay, let's go. Just a second. Okay, so in the bigger picture, there is not much changed since my last video. So I'm going to highlight a scenario here for the just a different way to look on what is happening or maybe can happen. Okay, so again, using our methodology to identify possible trends and reversals. Remember, so this was our high, this was our midway, and this is our bottom structure. Okay, and now I'm going to show you something that I showed before, but I'm going to give you another side. Okay, so we inverted the chart. Okay, so before, let's work here first. I'm going to draw not week to week, but body to body, just for the sake of this example. And here I'm going to use this scenario here, okay, but it's not accurate because this move is not over yet. So I'm going to use the week, okay, so you guys can have a different perspective on the bigger picture. Okay, this is a possible scenario that we may end up with, and so far it's playing out. So that's the best clue we have for now. Okay, so this is a falling wedge, which is a contraction pattern. Okay, all the falling patterns are bullish in my opinion. Okay, it's true that it depends on the scenario, but it's a good a way to look at it. And now what we will do, we are going to invert. So what we end up with when we flip from a falling to a rising one, right? And we know falling patterns are bullish. In the same way, the rising patterns are bearish. Okay, so it's like side A and side B. So this is another thing that I'm working on for the nature of patterns and behavior, price behavior, patterns. It's like a philosophy. The way we move, why we move, and how we move. Okay, so it's a research that I'm keep doing from improving my analysis and also my trading setup. Okay, so let's go. So here we know that we have somewhat more room here, okay, but likely to end up with another lower high. Okay, remember this is an inverted chart. And so let's take a closer look on the weekly for a better understanding. Okay, so this is one of the reasons I don't like to use body from body on the monthly chart, okay, because it will break everything. But let's draw again. Let's use the lines. So we are going to measure only body to body, okay, just for the sake of this example, so you guys can have a better perspective on it. And here I'm going to show you a issue, okay, so when we move from body to body, we end up with this issue here, okay, because so this is the first trigger, this is the confirmation, and this one here is the last move that we are looking for to identify, to properly identify the nature of what the shape of the next move, how it will play out. Okay, so from when we draw body to body, we end up with this kind of thing, this kind of structure. Okay, and the issue here is this: we end up with a rejection, and people will say, well, that's no news here because we had this line and then we end up rejected. The thing is, trend lines and pattern lines from the extremities doesn't act as support or resistance. Okay, this is a fact. What happens? These lines, they are crossing key levels all the time. So it's common to see this kind of behavior close to these lines. Okay, the line itself is not resistance. The resistance is near or a little above or a little below. Okay, so when you are drawing your patterns, uh, have something like this for a better understanding, so you don't end up in the wrong side of the trade. Okay, I'm not going to do on the bottom line, so only on this one here, so you guys will understand properly the example. So what I do, I trigger my pivots, and then what you can do as a better guide, you use one line for week to week because it's accurate. And then if you wish, or if you are new in the pattern setup, what you can do is a guideline. Okay, and then you end up with this. Okay, so what's the point with the dotted line? We know this line was breached many times already, and it is not a strong level. Okay, so you can address the main structure for a solid line, and the speculative line you can use the dotted one. Okay, so by this way you have a better perspective. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's take a quick look on, just a second, OBV. Okay, so OBV is not there is nothing bullish here. Okay, but it's not like awful. Okay, but in my opinion it's going to change soon, very soon. And again, let's measure. So let's take out the lines. You guys already have it in mind. Again, let's measure. Second. Okay. So what do we have here that we talked before? Rejection on the 786 level. Okay. But we have a trigger on 80%, which is aggressive, can become more aggressive. And like we saw in other coins, we had the same scenario here, that was a lower high, an aggressive attack on the 8080 level, and we end up with a higher high compared to the previous one. But even this guy here is still a lower high compared to the previous ones. Okay, so it's not bullish, but it's not bad as well. Okay, because as higher as we go, more steam the bears will need to do their move. Okay, and so just for the sake of this example, let's say we end up with another sell, and what we will look for, it's a higher low compared to the previous one, which is this guy here. Okay, which it is possible. Okay, I don't remember if I highlighted this scenario before, but it is possible to see something like this. No, I don't think so. I was looking maybe for a head and shoulder scenario, but okay, not a big deal. So we are looking for this guy here, our previous lower low. Now this is our key lower low, and now once this move resumes, okay, it doesn't matter if it will fade here or if it's going to fade on around 127. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's take another look here for the 3 days. Okay, so this was our rejection. As you guys can see, it's almost 100% shadow on the previous candle. which is an engulfing candle for now. And maybe let's take a closer look on the daily for more clues. Okay, so here we had the bearish morning star right on top of the 786 level, and this, as you guys can see, this line here was resistance, and people who use it as support in our way back end up in the wrong side of the trade, okay? Because we know for strong moves, the first support line is always the first to breach, because there's not enough firepower from the bulls and smart money to keep pushing it, okay? So let's take a closer look for the Fibonacci, so you guys can see the levels. And I draw from week to week, and now let's draw from body to body. You guys will see there's a difference. Okay, so from week to week we were a little above. I mean, more than a little, okay, around this level here. And now, as you guys can see from body to body, it lowers our level. Okay, so this is a thing you have to address on your charts and your analysis, so you don't catch by surprise. And let's take a closer look on the 4 hours for more evidence. Okay, so this is very interesting. As you guys can see here, this level is the golden meaning. And look how we find support here multiple times. Okay, so this is one of the reasons I will bring us to the weekly so you guys can have a better idea. So instead of drawing a lot of lines all over the chart all the time for all the charts all day long, what I do, so it would be something like this, okay, to highlight support and resistance levels or key levels and etc. So instead of drawing a lot of lines, you guys know that I only work with clean charts, okay? If it becomes a mess, I can't work properly. So instead of drawing all those lines, what I do, I will use Fibonacci on the levels that I needed. And so if I'm trading this level, or if I'm watching this level, or if I'm making analysis, I will address the Fibonacci levels only, okay? Because they are on all the levels. So it doesn't matter where the key lines are. I just draw the Fibonacci and I will find the key lines or the key levels, okay? So in my opinion, it's a waste of time, but sometimes there are some key lines that I will draw for sure, especially the ones for my trading setup, okay? But in general, my charts are always naked. Okay, so let's get back to the 2 hours. Okay, so we know this is our golden level, and this is our 780, 60, and this reaction we had here was following Bitcoin sell-off, and this one that we are having right now, it's following Bitcoin right now as well. Don't take my word, open your Bitcoin chart and you will see. And another interesting thing here, if you draw the Fibonacci like I did before, you will find the 50% level between here, okay? So this is it's like the highway between those levels, the level that leads to the connection. And another thing, let me see. Okay, so crystal clear. How we find support on this 50% level, okay? So again, resistance, resistance, small support, highway, resistance, support, support. So it's not a point where we are going to look only for a resistance or the support, okay? Because we know that for just a second, please. Okay, let's go. Sorry. So we know that from each pattern, each one, okay, doesn't matter which one, we will always chase the average price for each one of them. Okay, so this is how everything works. Okay, so this is nothing new. Okay, older traders and macro analysts know about it as well. And also, again, don't take my word. This is not my opinion. Okay, this is not something that I bringing from the hat, you know. Okay, so what we will look here for now, let's take a closer look on the hourly. So I'm going to show you something here, but we won't be able to see on the hourly. Let's take a look on the 50 minutes. Okay, so here you can check the similarities on this scenario. For you can open your Bitcoin chart in the same time frame and you will find the same pattern. Okay, this is an inverted head and shoulders that is not completed yet, but with some FOMO and firepower it's possible to break straight up. And also we can see more sideways action here before the bull break. Okay, and the target for this bull break here on ADA, if we follow Bitcoin, or if ADA move on its own, just a second please. Sorry, let's go. So the target for this trade will be close to this level here. Okay, so the only thing that we don't know yet, if we are going to make a new low here, that's going to be a higher low before bullish continuation. Okay, again, can be from here or can be from here, but this is inverted head and shoulders. Okay, and so, oh sorry, okay, so what we will look for here, this is our previous high, and the target for this trade will give us another lower high. Okay, so we have this key level here that is the 780.60, and what we may look for here, just a second, let me clear this mess. Okay, so what we may look for here, once we reach the target, we can trade sideways below it or above it, and this range here is going to be the range for a bull or a bear trap. Okay, if we were able to make an impulsive move and close above, it will be better. Okay, better for the bullish continuation. And as you guys can see, let's take a look on the daily. So this is what I was talking about before. We have to watch out for this guy here. Okay, so this will be a lower high with a attack to the 80-80 20 level. Okay, which is aggressive. It's a good sign, but it's not all the way bullish. Okay, and again, if we draw the lines here, you guys will see it again. Let's do it. Sorry, let's make it from body to body. So as you guys can see, the levels are here, and those are the levels we will be looking for. Okay, so I believe this is it for now. I believe I covered everything on the since my last update from Cardano, and I hope this info can help you guys to better understand or read or maybe improve your trading setup. And now I will take a look on the chat. Um, oh, Alma, no, I never heard about Telcoin. Mesh Hour, you never heard of ADA? Yes, I did. I traded in the past. MS, no, he was talking about Telcoin. Okay, no problem. XRP and ADA are my two most favorite coins. Hope we will get a chance to accumulate at much lower prices. Is that possible? Yes, is that possible? We don't have 100% technical evidence so far, but it's likely to be in the next days. I am waiting for a drop heavily 25 and loading a million of those babes. Nice, nice. Please mention relative price for your charts when draw lines. My phone screen is too small to see it. Okay, sure. In the next video I'm going to do it in the properly way. Jane Doe, appreciate these views of yours so much. I know you always say that your analysis for our time, but that handily feels fair. A big thank you, Jane. Thank you again. I'm glad to have you guys here. And please, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe. Uh, this kind of analysis, we know that we won't find out there. Okay, so I'm sharing everything, almost everything I know. Okay, so I believe this is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and soon I will make another live for maybe Ethereum. Okay, that's it for now. Stay safe. Greg, thank you, Greg. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.